We are one world, our voices, they are one. We are lovers of the earth and guardians of the land. We are weavers of the dream. Together we are standing. We are rising. Yes, we are rising up strong. We are rising. Yes, we are.
The lyrics are in the chat if you want to sing along.
We are sisters of the moon and daughters of the sun. We are mothers of the world, our voices, they are one. We are lovers of the earth and guardians of the land. We are weavers of the dream. Together we are standing. We are rising. Yes, we are rising up strong. We are rising. Yes, we are rising up strong.
Little bridge. Oh, these lyrics aren't in there. We are dreamers. We are teachers. Sorry, teachers. We are dreamers.
We are dreamers.
We are revealers.
We are revealers
of the truth.
Of the truth. We are sisters of the moon.
Get your body moving a little bit.
We are mothers of the world. Our voices, they are one. We are lovers of the earth and guardians of the land. We are weavers of the dream. Together we are standing. We are rising. Yes, we are rising up strong. We are rising. Yes, we are rising up strong.
Elay. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Oh.
Coming down cold.
Ooh. Hold on. I don't know how that happened. Hi, everybody. So good to see you. Thanks for coming to the party today. We're just going to have a little party for an hour. Sound good? Have a little fun on a Saturday afternoon. Hold on one second. I can put my cat down. She is in a needy mood. She's driving me a little nuts. So welcome to our Sisters in Harmony Song and Chant Leader Training informational call. I'm so happy you're here. I want to know how you are as you're arriving with us today. If you can come up with one word that describes your present state. Mine is strong. Curious. Yes. Wonderful, Jenny. Curious. Yes. Excited, Brandy. Gloria, curious. Mary, busy and grateful. Kala, light. Andrea, expectant. Patricia, blessed. Lisa, sad earlier but happy to be here. Katie, present. Kamala, grounded. Valerie Byrne, excited. Wonderful. Michelle Briggs, grateful. Beautiful. Thanks for bringing the fullness of yourselves here today. And I would love to know why you're here. Why are you interested in this training? Why do you feel inspired to song lead? Maybe just write a couple sentences in the chat what you're curious about, why you're here, why you feel inspired to song lead. Good. I'm just going to wait another minute or so that people can complete their thoughts. So if you've already put your answer there, go ahead and read other answers or take a few deep breaths. Okay. Luby, love singing in groups and want to be able to share that more with others. Nice. Lisa Renee, wanted to sing with you. Aw, yay. Hi, Lisa. Where are you? Oh, you have your picture off, I see. You're the blue vase and the flowers. Gloria, COVID has led me to risk more. Wow, nice, Gloria. Mary, just checking it out. I love to sing and lead music. Wonderful, Mary. Yay. Valerie, learn, grow, connect. Cheryl, co-facilitate kirtan and want to start a singing circle for women. Wonderful, Cheryl. Yay. Ginny, after participating for decades, I am called to lead in the community where I am now. Beautiful. Where are you, Ginny? You're in North Carolina. Cool. Let's see. Kala, there's a magic being inside who appears to lift the world when I really sing. Yeah. Brandy, to guide community members, young women focused in a safe container for healing through sound and connection, even with no experience. Beautiful. Yeah, those young women really need it too, don't they? I've thought about starting a teen group here in Santa Cruz, but there's only so many hours in the week, you know? So I've never actually done it. I taught elementary school for years. I taught music to K through 6 for 6 years, and that was super fun. But there's something about like that age of the teens, pre-teens into like young adult. It's really potent. Andrea, to get more people to find song, to take song and singing to those who are hurting, particularly women who are survivors of abuse. Beautiful, Andrea. In Sisters in Harmony, we often support an organization called Rising International, and they support local Santa Cruz women who are survivors of sex trafficking and domestic violence. I mean, amazing that that happens. I didn't even know until I really got involved with this organization that there's so much sex trafficking in this area, you know, and all over the world, of course. But that organization supports local women who have been abused, and then supports women throughout the world, artisans, through giving them loans so they can create their beautiful wares, and the local women help to sell them. Anyway, it's a gorgeous organization. I love it so much. We actually have an event tomorrow night. If you're interested in that, I can post it in the chat later. Katie, to continue my steady practice of music, and because singing with people is one of the greatest feelings. Yay! Such a good way to build community and connection. I agree. It's one of the best feelings. Last Wednesday when I had my live group up in this tent that we're using, afterwards, I was like, I am so happy. I feel so happy. I was driving home. I'm like, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. It's so uplifting, right, Kala? Did you feel that leaving the other night? Yeah. Kala's in my live group here in Santa Cruz. Kamala, I work with women and girls in circles and on retreats and would love to feel empowered to teach them songs and chants. I feel very empowered with my facilitation and leadership skills, but not so with musical knowledge and abilities. Great. Yay. Yeah, that's part of the training for sure. Patricia, I recently attended a women's training and felt encouraged and inspired in the presence of a circle of women. Beautiful. Yeah, something really special about circling with women. I mean, singing with all genders is fun too. And my preference, I'll tell you more about it later, is to sing with women. Michelle, to gain the confidence that I had, back the confidence that I had. Beautiful. Yeah. Alicia, singing is so healing to me, and I want to give myself more time and use my voice. Also want to facilitate others in my workshops. Great. Kala, Heather, you would be amazing with young women. Oh, thanks, Kala. Yes, please. Yeah, I'll post later. Beautiful. I am so happy that you're all here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are, as some of you know, we're starting our next training in January this year. Oh, there's someone in the waiting room. So sorry. Hi, Gabby. We are starting on the 12th of January and we go for 6 months. But first I'll tell you a little bit about who I am, just in case some of you don't know. I'm Heather Houston. I'm sure you know that part. I have been song leading since my teens. Speaking of teens, when I was at summer camp, the counselors were always like, Heather, you know how to sing. Why don't you lead the whole room? 150, 200 kids in a cafeteria type thing in a lodge. Just why don't you lead us in some songs? I'd be like, all right, which was really weird because I was very shy. I could barely talk or speak to anyone. I was so terribly, terribly shy. But you get me singing, you get me in front of people singing even, and I'm like, ding, I'm turned on. And I'm not shy anymore. I've done a lot of healing, but part of what helped me heal and helped me overcome my shyness, or really a lot of my fear of intimacy and connection with people. I won't go into like my history of why I was so afraid of that, right? What really helped me heal was to be in circle with women. And especially in particular, Samantha and Tamar, two women that I sang with in an a cappella group called Dis-moi. And we just held each other. Like, not only were we singing, I mean, the singing opened our hearts and we worked out parts, and we eventually recorded an album. We toured, we played all over town. But what would happen, we would just sit together and just sing and cry and open our hearts. And then we would talk and check in about our lives. And I finally felt safe to be authentically me with that group of women. And I really wanted to bring that to more women in our community. And so I started journaling about it. Well, I'll go back a little bit. So I was trained in college. I did a lot of music training. I got my AA in music and vocal performance, and did all the choirs and performance groups that you could imagine in college and in high school, of course. And then started singing jazz a lot, and I was singing with men all the time, and I loved it. But one winter evening, I went to go see Kitka, which some of you may know about. They're a women's Balkan group based in Oakland, and they came to Santa Cruz and offered a concert, and I just bawled through the whole thing. And I was like, I know I need to sing with women, but I didn't know how. So I started journaling about it and really visioning into singing with women. And I didn't know how it would come. And then I decided to go back to Cabrillo, the school here, and study more music, and fell in love with this man. And then he introduced me to his ex partner, woman, and her friend. They had been singing together, and they brought me into the group, and that's what formed Dis Moi. I mean, it was just so magical and so beautiful and easy and meant to be, part of my life path. And then I really started to vision into how to bring this medicine to our community. And a friend said to me, "Hey, Heather, why don't you try offering a women's circle, a women's song circle?" And I was like, okay. This was in 2005. And I did it and just offered a free circle just to see if people would come, and filled it instantly. And then just kept doing it, and just love it so, 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 so much. It's like the medicine that I need. It's the medicine that women in my community need. It's the medicine that so many women need all over the world. We've had 86 women come through our training, our Sisters in Harmony song leader training, and we have 51 active members who have circles throughout mostly the United States, but we have a few in Canada, we have one in Australia, we have a few in the UK. So we're starting to spread out. So very exciting. And what else do I want to share? So that's my background, and I want to share about the program. Yeah, and just why I created the training. I kind of said that already, but yeah, just wanting to support more women to do this work, because it's powerful. It is so powerful. I mean, you all know, you wouldn't be here if you didn't know how powerful it is to sing in a circle of women or people. If you're interested in leading humans, like all genders, that's totally great too. And in this training in particular, we're all women. And part of the reason why I choose to do that is because I feel like, even for me, if I'm in a circle that's mixed gender, I do not feel as in my power. I feel a little more scared. I feel like sometimes some genders will unconsciously take over the energetic space in the room. I feel like women get competitive with each other in a circle that's mixed gender. At least that's my experience. And so my preference is to be with women and to train women to be together. But, like I said, if you want to lead chanting with all genders, singing with all genders, that is perfectly okay too. But just in here, until women feel like on a even playing field with men, I'm going to keep bringing circles of women together, a space where women feel safe to lift each other up. So that's why I do that. And 6 months, when I first started this training, I did it live in Santa Cruz. And then I took it online and I think I did 9 weeks, and that was not even enough. And then the next time I did, I think it was 12 weeks, and that was not enough. And I knew I wanted to do 6 months. But I was scared to take the leap. So I finally took the leap last cohort 3, got 6 months of training, and it was super potent. They didn't want it to end. They were like, "What's next? Wait, it's over? Like what?" So we have a membership where some of them have monthly calls with me, and then majority of them have quarterly calls with me. But there's always the option. There are 2 tiers after you graduate. You can choose if you need more support. If you're really getting your circle going and in your community and you need monthly support, then you can be in that tier. And then if you need, if you don't need quite that much, then you come to the quarterly calls. But you're in the Facebook group and you have access to all the training materials. Everything is back there in our portal, our online portal. So, and which I'm gonna show you in a minute. The dates and the times. So we start on January 12th, and every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific. Okay, that is like the golden spot, because our people in Australia, I mean, it's still super early for our Australian friends, but they did it. I mean, she did it. Alexi, like she was here 4 and 5 in the morning. It was amazing. And then we had our people in Europe who were here, 9, 10 o'clock at night. And then in the United States, we're more midday, so we kind of made a time that works for everyone. And it'll be every Wednesday. Now, um, every other Wednesday, you have practicum calls with your sisters. So, like the 12th would be a call with me where I'm training on something. And then on the 19th in January, I would give you some sort of prompt or a few prompts and put you in breakout groups. And you'll be practicing starting to song lead. Like I'm diving you right in into the deep end. If that feels scary for you, you can just observe the first time. Yeah, totally. Some of you are like, what? I mean, it could be row, row, row your boat. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be like anything complex. It could just be like, just practicing like row, row, row your boat. Row, row, row your boat. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just like bite size, like little chunks. Some of you will be ready to dive in and lead more complicated things. But anyway, so then we'll alternate. And eventually, after a couple of months, you will be meeting with you'll have a pod. You'll have a sister support pod. And you'll be meeting with your pod every other week on your own without me, after 2.5 months or so. You will make a time, probably the same time as what worked for most people. And you take turns creating the Zoom link. Especially if you're someone who's wanting to lead singing online, then you're going to want to learn how to create the Zoom call and host it and all of those things. If you're someone who doesn't want to lead online, then you don't necessarily need to learn how to do that part, and you can defer to someone who does. So at the beginning of the training, I have a one-on-one call with each of you. And in that one-on-one call, I get to know you. I get to know what your goals are. I get to know what your strengths are. I get to know where you need to grow. I get to know what kinds of singing you're interested in, what kinds of song leading you're interested in, what kinds of songs, what kinds of circles. And I put you into groups accordingly. So that you're with people who have similar song leading interests. As much as possible. It's not exact, but it's as much as possible. And also just, people who I might feel you have an energetic match with. So let's see. Okay. You ready to see our portal? I'm gonna give you a little view into the training portal. Okay, so I'm going to, let me pull it up. Here we are. Okay. Oh, that's not the right one. That's the other. Well, I'll show you that one first. So I'm going to screen share. Okay, so here's our Sisters in Harmony public website where we have where the women who have graduated have their pages so that people can find out about their circles. So there's an about Sisters in Harmony, about Heather, about my choir, which my choir was originally a song circle, right? And now they perform, and well, not right now because of COVID, but so then we have Find a Circle Near You, right? And we have this beautiful map of the circles that you can find in your area. We have, if you do this, you can see all the places in the United States and the world where we have circles, not all of the women have a page on the site. It's optional, of course. Yeah, and then, yeah, that's that page. So then I'm going to show you the back end. This is our portal to what you'll have access to during the training. And after you graduate from the training, you will continue to have access. So there's my private song library, which is different than the public one that's on my website. The public one that's on my website are songs by me, originals, or songs that are in the public domain. What I have on the in our training portal are those, as well as songs by other artists. And the reason why I do that, I'm just going to stop sharing for just a moment. The reason why I do that is because I'm really sensitive to recordings of other people's songs being out there on the internet. Like I just had a conversation with Kate Munger about one of her songs that she's having a hard time because she loves her arrangement, and other people now have learned this other arrangement from this other song leader, and now people are getting confused about which way to sing it. And so I really clarify with the artists. I go to the artist, I ask them if we can have their song in our library, and I make sure that I have it correctly. Or if I don't have it correctly, I ask them, can I adjust it so that it works for my singers? And then they get to say yay or nay, and some people say, nope, needed to do it exactly as written. Like Kate and Melanie Demore, like exactly as written. That's it. And then some song leaders are like, yeah, songwriters are like, take a little bit of liberty. But just out of respect for the artists, I keep all of those private. And so you, of course, as one of my trainees, are welcome to learn these songs and teach them to your circles. The only specific request is to not record them and put them on the internet. Right? Makes sense? And do your best to learn them as I have recorded them for you. And of course, sky's the limit. I mean, it's not just my song library. There are other song libraries out there. Go to live events, learn songs from people live. But, I have this beautiful song library. I mean, honestly, you guys, this is hundreds of hours of work. It is no joke. I mean, it takes me at least an hour to record a song, all the parts, all the parts separated up on SoundCloud, and then get it into my website. At least an hour. Some songs take me 5 hours. Do you know what I mean? Like, and there are hundreds of songs on there. So just know that like this training is like my heart and soul. I'm giving you like my life's work. And these are all my tried and trues. I mean, like I said, there are so many songs out there, but these are my tried and trues, the songs that I love to teach and that I have found work really well in circles. Then we have a private video library. So Laura Sarah started this gorgeous project of taking our Sisters in Harmony Global calls and finding where the song leader is teaching their song. And then, so like Debbie, for example, anything is possible. Here she is teaching.
This is a new one. It's called Anything is Possible.
Right. And so there it is right there. So we're in the middle of that project. We need to raise some more funds to to really be able to make it a total go. But what you will have access to as well. I wasn't screen sharing when I showed you that, was I? Let me screen share again. This is what I was showing you.
This is a new one. It's called Anything is Possible. And
yeah, so you kind of see how that is working. Also in the resources section, I have for you all of the Sisters in Harmony replays. So video replays, Sisters in Harmony global replays. So I haven't updated them since my graduates, but I'm going to get them all in there for you. So you'll have all the Sisters in Harmony global calls. So if there was an artist that you loved and you want to go back and learn their songs, you'll have that. So let's go back. So the private song library, I also have private playlists for you. So call and response song, chants with the Shruti box, ear training exercises, harmony songs up tempo, layer songs, rounds, vocal exercises, and my vocal expansion CD. So, you also have these playlists so that you can just go through. Oh, that one's not very long. Here, let's do this one. So you can just go through and listen to a bunch of the songs that we have in the library that I've recorded without all the parts. And so if there's one that you love, then you can go to the private song library and find it and learn all the parts. So I categorize everything in my playlists as well. And then each week you're going to have, each 2 weeks you're going to have lessons. So lessons by week. Oh my gosh, bless her heart. Laura Sarah did this for us already. She's so on it. So Laura Sarah couldn't be here today, but she is like my right-hand tech support woman. She is phenomenal. I could not have done this program. I could not have gotten a 6-month program off the ground without her. Her technical support is just beyond. And she's also a song leader. And so she's really in the work and loves the work and believes in the movement. So her heart is also super in it. So you'll get to meet Laura at some point as well. Well, she'll be with us this whole next 6 months. She'll be with us every Wednesday. So lessons by week or lessons by subject, right? So if we go lessons by week, you have 7 lessons for 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, you have 7 new lessons. So for example, so you have personal growth, leadership development, vocal practices, ear training practices, rhythm practices, repertoire building, and growing your community and business. So for example, in personal growth in week 1, I have this video for you, Why Sisters in Harmony, right? So I just talk about my why. Hello, loves. Welcome to the Sisters in Harmony Song Leader Training. Yeah, and I'm super goofy. So just be forewarned. I don't posture and pretend to have it all I'm just me. I'm really goofy. So let's see. So let's begin caring for ourselves so that we can care for the world, right? So I think for me, self-care practices are foundational for being a song leader. If we're not taking care of ourselves, we cannot show up, as you all know. So we do a lot of work around self-care in that first month or so, getting our practices all lined up. So then leadership development, every week you'll have a lesson in leadership development. So you're going to be journaling about your inspired why. You're going to create an art piece because I believe that so much about this work is about your intention, your intent, your why, your heart. Why is your heart wanting to do this work? So we do a lot of visioning around that and creating art around it. Vocal practices. So every week you're going to have practices in singing, and they build every couple weeks. Ear training practices. We start with major and minor scales, and you have all these practices. Ear training practices every week. Rhythm practices, I have introduction to rhythm, songs and different examples of songs and different rhythms. And our song library. Oh, okay. So this is for repertoire building. Just wanting you to, dive into the song library. But I have you really build your repertoire throughout the 6 months, and teach you how to track your songs and all those things, how to start your songs, how to get the right note, all of those things. Growing your community and your business. So some of you are going to want to really lean into that. How do you call a community of women together? How does that work? Right? So there's this piece of your business as well. So each week you'll have a different lesson in those 7 categories. Yeah, so there we are. They're all there. 77 lessons. Is that right? Yeah, it's a lot of lessons. And if you feel overwhelmed, just know that you get to dive into the area or areas that you feel that you need the most work. If you're like, I've been a vocal coach forever, I'm a really good singer, I don't need that part. Great. Or ear training, you don't need to do ear training. Or maybe your leadership is super strong, but you need to train your ear and you need to train your voice a little bit, then you lean into those areas. So you get to choose where you want to give your time and energy. You by no means have to do everything. I mean, some women do. Some women do all of my lessons. But that is entirely up to you. But we'll figure that out at the beginning as well. When you have your one-on-one session with me, we'll figure out where you're going to be focusing. And then we have this resources section. Here's the Zoom link for our training every week. Information about membership and graduation, office hours every week. I'll hold office hours on Facebook in our Facebook group. And the past cohorts are in that Facebook group as well. So you are welcome to come and attend and ask questions and watch the other questions that women ask, because we always learn from other people's questions, right? And then we have all the video replays. Cohort. So there's cohort 3, but we'll have our training call Zoom replays for cohort 4 in there. Sisters in Harmony global replays, Art of Mindful Singing. One of the Art of Mindful Singing courses is in there if you need a refresher about the fundamentals of singing. I also have She Sings in there from the fall of 2020. If you're needing support in harmony singing, then you can review that course. We have our quarterly call replays in there. And we have our cohort 2 training call replays. Great. So those are all in there. Zoom tech support tips, camera, virtual cameras, microphones, loopers, lighting, internet, Zoom settings. If you're going to be teaching online, that's all there for you. How to record songs, GarageBand, how to do GarageBand. I do tutorials on that. Pitch pipes and pitch pipe apps, Shruti boxes and drone apps, fun musical instruments, an example song library spreadsheet for you. Song leader profiles. So I have a bunch of women in here who've been song leading forever, and so you can get to know them. And then we have links to their websites and everything. And then I created a book list for you of books that have helped me in my development as a leader and as a song leader, singer. Music and singing, personal growth, connecting with your sacred feminine power, leadership development, and your creative muses. So there's a lot of material in here, and you have 6 months. And then once you graduate, you still have access, if you decide to become a member, then you still have access to this portal. So I know it's a lot, and you don't have to take it all in at once. It's all there for you. So what do you think? Katie's like, whoa. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And like I said, you take it at your pace. You take it by what you need. You don't need to do every single little thing. If you're feeling overwhelmed at all, then just know that you don't have to do everything. and you can do everything. And it'll be there for you. If you decide to be a member, then you'll have all these resources forever. And I keep adding to it. I mean, that's part of it. This is my life's work. This training, this 6-month training is my life's work. The other courses that I offer are pieces of what I do, right? This training is like everything. So, let's see. I want to see, I'm going to open it up for 5 minutes for Q&A, and then I have a special guest that I want to introduce you to. Okay. So any questions for me after seeing all that information? Amazing, inspired to engage, baby steps, sounds amazing. Do you have access to it after the 6 months? Yes, you do, Luby. And could I talk about the membership, please? Yes. So after the 6 months, you decide if you want to be in tier 1 or tier 2. Tier 1 is quarterly calls, and you have access to everything, and you have, you're in the Facebook group, and that's $20 a month. If you decide to do tier 2 and you're meeting with me monthly and with your sisters monthly, then I think it's $50 a month. I'm going to have to check into that one. But you get a lot of really good support there. And then you have lifetime access as long as you're a member. And, the membership includes being able to have a page on our website. If you would like to have a page on our website, you can post on our Sisters in Harmony Global group on Facebook if you'd like to. Of course, you still have access to our private Facebook group with all of the cohorts. And yeah, quarterly calls, monthly calls. Am I missing anything? Great questions. Is the lesson material what we do between the calls? Yes, it's what you do between the calls. And I will do an introduction each week of what you will be focusing on for those 2 weeks, right? And then we'll do a little bit of a wrap up the following week, and then I'll introduce the new thing. And like sandwiched in between those is a training that I give on the call. Do we need a looper to start? Oh no, I don't use a looper. You don't need a looper. Who asked that question? Andrea, where are you? Oh, yeah. I don't use a looper because when I'm recording songs, I want to record them for my song library. And so I always play my pre-recorded songs on my calls rather than looping live. I could very easily learn how to loop live if I wanted to spend the time doing it, but I don't want to, because if I'm just looping live, then I don't have those recordings for our song library, and that feels more important to me. But if you want to learn how to loop, I've been thinking about doing this anyway. For those of you who want to learn how to do looping, we can do a training with Coco Love. She's really great at training people on how to use a looper. Well, she was one time. She taught me and Maggie. And she was great. She might not be willing, but I could ask her again. Is the lesson material what we do between the calls? Yeah. Do we need a looper? What is a good starter looper my mom might get me for Christmas? Whoops. I have my looper right here and I never use it. It's a RC505 loop station. That's what Coco teaches on, what she uses, and it's great. Sorry, I'm still confused. If we don't pay the membership after 6 months, then we don't have access without continued membership. True. Yeah, true, Brandy. So yeah, after the 6-month training is over, then you decide if you want to stay connected to the community and you want to, have access to everything. And yes, I am charging a fee because, it's my life's work right there. I can't just give it away for free. Would you recommend buying a Shruti box to help us? Yes, I would recommend that you buy a Shruti box. And there's a link in there. And, I can give you a link for that as well, for the best kind of Shruti box. And I talk about that in the training because they're not all Shruti boxes are created equal. They truly are not. So Yes, it's helpful to have a Shruti box, especially if you're someone who needs support with ear training. The scope of the investment, time and money, is a little overwhelming. Given my age, my ambitions are pretty limited. Wish I were 40 again. Oh. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Can we all take a deep breath with Ginny? Yeah. Yeah, and your feelings are so welcome here. Everyone's feelings are so welcome here. It's a really important part of what we're up to as women, being together. And you feel the same five at 45, Brandy says. I love it. And please, please, please keep in mind that you don't have to do everything. You know what I mean? It's going to be bite-sized, and I'm going to give you direction. I'm not just going to turn you loose into the back portal of the website. Each week you will have very specific direction, and we will start with baby steps. And in our one-on-one too, we'll get a really nice trajectory for you. Really figure out where you want to focus. You don't have to focus on everything. You can choose. Yeah, Ginny, we still have so much to contribute. Yes, you do, Cheryl. So much. Yeah. In fact, many of my trainees are in their 60s and 70s even. Yeah, and they're leading and they're loving it. So, I have all ages. I have women who are in their early 20s and then women who are in their 70s and like everywhere in between of women who have gone through my program. So, and I'm already co-leading Threshold Choir. Yeah, yeah. Beautiful. Thank you, everybody. So, how often do I offer this training? One time a year. Yeah, once a year. So I can do other things that I enjoy as well. Because if I did it twice a year, then I'd just be doing it all the time. So I do it once a year. I offer it once a year. So I want to introduce you to someone really special to me. She has been singing with me since the very beginning, since 2005, 6. Started joining my circles and joined my choir and has gone through my training twice and is one of my backup singers when I like sing at Inner Light or, other places. She's just another one of my right-hand women in the community and in this training. And she will be with us for cohort 4 as a mentor for all of you. And her name is Valerie Byrne. And she's going to lead you in a song and talk to you a little bit.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Heather. Well, it's an honor to be here in the role of mentor. I'm excited. That's new for me, sort of the next step in the evolution. Met Heather like 16 years ago, and I actually was at the if it wasn't the first, it was like the second or third singing circle at your house, at your parents' house in the basement.
Totally. I was still living with my parents back then.
Yeah. And it was all really new, and and at that time it was just like I knew that I wanted to stick with Heather. I had been doing a lot of music at Cabrillo and a lot of classical choir, and I really wanted to do a repertoire that was more focused on the sacred feminine. So that's one of the things that Heather offers is music that is for women. And that's important to me. and just that we're getting together in groups and singing songs that are for women and for empowering women and for expressing ourselves. And it's just been really a non-negotiable part of my life. Like all these years, there was no question that I wanted to learn from you, Heather. So, and I so appreciate it. And I'm so happy to be moving on to this next phase of offering, well, I'm a psychotherapist, a marriage and family therapist, and I am gonna do a little training with you, or, with the, for the program that is on parts work. And I have to flesh it out more, which I am excited to do, but it's generally gonna be on the various parts of us that we have around singing, around the vulnerability of the vulnerability of being seen, being a leader, the competition aspect of singing that is so prevalent in our culture, and how we're, maybe we're bought into that. I know I am, more than I want to be. And anyway, so just to honor those different aspects of us that maybe need healing or need just some attention and some validation and acceptance. So I'm going to be offering some limited sessions also for women that want to delve into that work, on a one-on-one basis, but the training will be for everyone in the program. So that's, for me, that's like reaching to a new and different, way that I'm like I'm kind of melding my two things that I love, therapy and singing. So that's like, it's amazing. I can't wait. So what else? I have notes, and I just wanted to make sure that I say what I wrote down. Well, and I just, as you went through the website, Heather, and I was like kind of feeling into maybe what other people were feeling as they were looking at all that. They're like, holy, like there's so much content now, and there's so much more content than there was in the beginning, because now it's a 6-month program, and even, since the last 6-month program, there's more content, and which is a really good thing. And it's also, I can imagine, kind of like, well, where do I begin, and what part of this is for me, like what am I going to really use, and how is this program going to serve me? And I think it is an individual thing, everybody has their individual needs of, how this program, how the website can serve you. The way it has served me is through building community. I mean, I have met so many wonderful people, and I have the buddies that I met through the cohort 3. Like, we still meet once a month and talk to each other and support each other. We check in, and we teach each other songs. Like, we for each session where we meet, we each teach one song, and then we also tell each other what's happening, both personally and then in our quest for being leaders, song leaders. And it's been, hit or miss with everything happening with COVID, whether you choose to be online, and if you're in person, there's vulnerabilities. And right now it's just really important to me to have that support, because, to just be talked through and walked through, like, well, what are other people doing, and what is possible? And I'm going to be offering an indoor circle soon, where we're all going to be wearing masks, and that's going to be interesting, at a yoga studio. So anyway, blah blah, I digress. I don't know if I need to go into much more other than to teach you this song, and just say that the reason why I can teach this song that I wrote is from doing the program. And it's just really simple. Thank you. Just a little ditty. And for some reason, Heather has really taken to it, which I'm so grateful for it. She loves it. And I trust your taste. So yay, thank you. And I wrote this song for these women who are in the public sphere, who are just doing this work where they're met with a lot of resistance and a lot of even hatred, like Greta Thunberg and Vandana Shiva, and Joanna Macy, and all these people that are standing for the earth, for the health of the earth and the climate, and are amazing, wonderful, strong women. And I just felt like I just want them to keep going. Just don't stop. Don't be deterred, by the patriarchy or the power over power under paradigm that we unfortunately are living with. And so here's the song. Keep moving forward, my darling. Keep moving on, my love. You know you are the beloved one to answer to your calling. And I'd love to teach it, and just as I teach it, that you all really let it be for you, because it is for you, it is for all of us, the powerful women who are stepping out and being seen and visible and standing for something. And we need you, we need all of us. So keep moving forward. And so feel that as I teach it. It's like, I'll do call and response. So first me. Keep moving forward, my darling. Now you. Keep moving forward, my darling. Listen. Keep moving on, my love. Keep moving on, my love. You know you are the beloved one. You know you are the beloved one to answer to your calling. To answer to your calling. And who else could answer to your calling but you? I mean, literally, there is no one else that can do it but you. You are the beloved one to answer to your calling. Thank you. Thank you, Kamala. Okay, one more time, call and response. Listen, I'll do 2 phrases this time. So listen to the 2 things and then respond. Keep moving forward, my darling. Keep moving on, my love. Now try that. Keep moving forward, my darling. Keep moving on, my love. Listen, you know you are the beloved one to answer to your calling. You know you are the beloved one to answer to your calling. We'll try it all together a few times. Keep moving forward, my darling. Keep moving on, my love. You know you are the beloved one to answer to your calling. Keep moving forward, my darling. Keep moving on, my love. You know you are the beloved one to answer to your calling. Keep moving forward, my darling. Keep moving on, my love. You know one last time. Keep moving forward, my darling. Really feel it. It's you. Keep moving on, my love. You know you are the beloved one to answer to your calling. To answer to your calling. Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for singing with me. I really hope to stay connected with all of you. Thank you for having me here, Heather.
Oh, thanks for being here, Val. Thanks for saying yes to my invitation.
Yeah, you're welcome. Very special.
Love you.
Love you too.
Oh, and I love that song. Do you see why I love that song? Oh my gosh, so good. It's so simple. It's such a quick teach. The words are simple, the melody is simple, the rhythm, and it has a pulse to it, and it's very inspiring. So it's very accessible as a song in circles. So yay, Valerie. Mwah. Can we show some more love to Val? Mwah, mwah, mwah. She loves attention. Anytime you want to give Val some love, she will take it. Oh, so I'm going to post in the chat here a link to a visioning form that I created. So if you're not sure if you want to join the program, you can go and fill out this form and just like really get a sense of like if it resonates with you and if you really want to do it. So I'm putting that link there. Michelle wants to know if you're using your mic or computer mic, Val.
That was just my computer. I have a computer mic and I haven't set it up yet.
Yeah, so the mics in the computers are pretty good. I got this one, and we have all of that. I don't even. It's a Shure. All of those details listed in the portal, but I prefer to use a mic because I'm also using my Shruti out here, and then it can pick up my Shruti. Yeah, but it's up to you, if you're leading online, what you want to do. So there's that visioning form. And I'm going to send all of these links to you in a follow-up email as well if you don't want to grab them right now. So I'm sending you that link. And I'm also going to send you $100 off registration just for being here today. So I'm going to put that in the chat as well for you. And so so the training itself for the 6 months, hold on, my computer's doing its thing. There we go. I want to be accurate with my numbers that I give you. So we're still in the early bird registration time. That'll shift at the end of the year. So you have till the end of the year to register with the early bird and with the $100 discount that I just gave you. The early bird is $14.97 for the 6 months if you pay it all up front. Or it ends up being $197 a month for the 6 months. And so that's the early bird plan. And then after that, the price goes up. So hopefully you'll you'll register before the end of the year. And we are officially out of scholarship funds. I mean, and then some. So I don't have scholarships left for people. Unfortunately, at this point, they have all been used up. And I want to say, like, if you feel really called to do this training and you don't have the means for it, like, reach out to me. I might be willing to work with you. And just also know that, this program, this is a lot of work for me, this training. And I put a lot into it, obviously. So just, keeping that in mind. And, I want, if you want to do this work, I want to support you. So hopefully we can find a way, but hopefully most of you will just be able to register, through Eventbrite. And Eventbrite takes credit cards too. I know credit cards are not the best. But I've done expensive trainings myself. And even still, people keep telling me I should charge more. Not the ones who are actually taking the program, truth be told. But other people in my life are like, you need to raise your rates. And I'm like, I don't want to, because I want it to be accessible for people. And like I said, I've already given out beyond the scholarship availability that I had. We already have 14 women registered for cohort 4. We have space for 32. So, yeah. Any other questions for me? So what is the time expectation per week? So it really depends. Again, Gloria, it really depends on you and what you want to put into the training. I would say, at least 3 hours a week, at least, and if you want to do more than that, fantastic. Some women, in cohort 3, we're doing 5 hours a week, 6 hours a week, just because part of it is learning songs. I'm having you build your repertoire. So it takes time to learn the songs. And so you can be like, in the headphones doing your housework, and that counts as is time because you're learning your songs, or doing your vocal exercises. Same thing. You could be like, dusting, whatever, doing stuff while you're doing your vocal exercises, your training exercises. So some of this stuff, you can multitask. Some of it you really need to sit down and do the work, like the journaling work. I really recommend that everyone do the journaling. So imagine that that's at least a half hour a week, the journaling itself. Yeah. And then, I would say 3 hours, maybe not even that, maybe 2. And it depends on you. Like some women, maybe, I don't know, maybe some women didn't put any time in and they just showed up to the calls. But at the end, in order to graduate, here, let's talk about graduation. You will have needed to offer a song circle to your friends or your community, right? And you'll need to, somehow get a ticket, something set up. Maybe you just do it through email, word of mouth, and drop in. That's fine. Some of you are going to want to learn how to get fancy and do Eventbrite, make it really official. So again, it depends on what level you're wanting to go towards. It's kind of self-directed. Like if you're like, I want to do this. I want to learn how to use Eventbrite. I want official professional events up there. So there's that. And then the other thing is, you need to send me a song of whatever your level is. So if you're like, Heather, I am just teaching melody lines. Like Val just taught us the melody line, right? She didn't teach us harmony parts. If you're like, that's all I'm going to be leading in my circles, then you send me the melody line of a song just so I can hear you sing and hear that you know how to use GarageBand. I teach you how to use GarageBand. Or if you have the other kind of phone, then there's also training in there on how to use the recording device in the other phones. If you're someone who's going to be teaching multiple parts, layer songs or harmony songs, then you will send me a recording of your voice with those parts in there. And so that's part of your graduation. Yeah, and that's it. I don't think I have other graduation requirements. There might be one more thing in there that I'm forgetting. But anyway, so just know that you will need to, demonstrate that you've learned something and that you're ready to lead. And then you also get a certificate at the end. If you send me all the things for graduation, and then you get a really lovely certificate. I don't have an example of one right here, but yeah. As we do the training, do we need to gather a circle and practice on? Yeah, so ideally, Andrea, yes, it was really tricky last session because we were like in the middle of COVID. And so it was really tricky to ask the women to do that. Some of them started leading online, which was nice. But yes, ideally, you will have led at least one circle, if not multiple, because things start coming up while you're leading that you can't even predict. Emotional stuff, you're going to be challenged emotionally. You're going to be challenged with your leadership. You're going to be challenged with your ear. You'll be challenged with a song like out of the blue, like, I thought I knew this song. Oh, I guess I don't know this song as well as I thought I did. Things like that. How to craft a circle. An hour and a half worth of songs, or an hour worth of songs. Like, how do you do the flow? How do you hold the container? I'm really big on holding container space, safe space for people, sacred space. And then, like, how do you create the flow, and how do you create community among the women? I talk about all these things. That's definitely a part of the training, because it's really a crucial part of it. We're not just showing up and singing, right? It's like, how do you get people to connect and communicate with each other? And part of that is practice. Yeah, so it's best if you do start leading while you're in the program the last 2 months. That's ideal. If not, then definitely after, like shortly after, because you don't want to get too far removed from all the work that you've been doing. Any other questions before we jump off? These are all really great questions, y'all. It's been so sweet to be with you. Thank you. Can I leave you with a song? Shall we sing one more song? Okay, this is one that came through for me in looking for housing. I was just stressing myself out. So probably a lot of you have heard this. It's called I Trust, right? Oh, I trust in the flow. Really helped me trust and surrender to the process of finding a home, which I found. And it just came to me, and it was so easy. So it goes like this. Oh, I trust in the flow of the infinite, the benevolent universe. Oh, I trust in the flow of the infinite, the benevolent universe. Oh, I trust in the flow of the infinite, the benevolent universe. Harmony. Oh, I trust in the flow of the infinite, the benevolent universe. Oh, I trust in the flow of the infinite, the benevolent universe. And then the low part, or the medium low part, it's like a drone. All things come to me with ease and grace. See how we're holding one note there? All things come to me with ease and grace. Again. All things come to me with ease and grace. And then we have the low part. All things come to me with ease and grace. Here we go. All things come to me with ease and grace. One more time. All things come to me with ease and grace. And you can put whatever you like in there. You know, it came through as all things come to me, but I started putting housing comes to me, right? So whatever you want to put in there that you're calling into your world right now. And I just want to say too that these songs are medicine songs, and you have medicine songs within you as well. And there's also a portion of this training that's songwriting and writing your, just short little medicine songs like this one and like Val's, because we need your voices, like Val was saying earlier. We need you. We need your leadership. We need your voices. We need your ideas. So here we go. We're going to sing this song. Oh, I trust in the flow of the infinite, the benevolent universe. Oh, I trust in the flow of the infinite, the benevolent universe. Oh, I trust in the flow of the infinite, the benevolent universe. Oh, I trust in the flow to me of the infinite, the benevolent universe. Oh, I trust in the flow to me of the infinite, the benevolent universe. Oh, I trust in the flow to me of the infinite, the benevolent universe. Oh, I trust in the flow to me of the infinite, the benevolent universe. Oh, I trust in the flow to me of the infinite, the benevolent universe. Oh, I trust in the flow to me of the infinite, the benevolent universe. Oh, I trust in the flow to me. Oh, I trust in the flow to me. Oh, I trust in the flow. Yes, I do. Yes, we do. Yeah, and I just want to say this community and this song library is just full of beautiful medicine songs, grief songs, ritual songs, devotional songs, joyful songs, visioning songs, right? The people who weave through these song circle communities are just such gorgeous, heartfelt, inspired songwriters. And so that's part of the community that you'd be stepping into as well. So good to be with you. Can we take a nice deep breath? Can we blow some more kisses to Val? Thank her again for being with us. And then if we can just thank each other for being here with us on the call today. Just thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So good to be with you. All right, loves. I will send you a follow-up email, probably later today, maybe tomorrow, with links and this replay. And please reach out if you have any questions. You're welcome. Feel free to unmute and say goodbye.
Bye. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, everyone. Love
Wonderful
you.
voice.
Appreciate
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye.
Aw,
Lots of blessings.
bye. Have a good
Thank you,
weekend.
Heather.
Bye.
Aw, thanks, Heather.
You're welcome. Mwah. Thanks, Val.
You're welcome. Mwah.
Bye, honey.
Bye.
Bye, Michelle. Bye, Patricia. Bye, Luby.